Honestly, do not know what fluency is. So
Is that you're teaching Jamie?
yeah, because I don't know what you mean by that. So go ahead.
Hi, I'm Bob Smith. I'm an academic coach at the Writing Center. Now, fluency is just like driving down the road. You want to drive down with a few bumps as possible. Let's take an example of the sentence I have behind me. The dog chased the cat runs away. As you can tell, this sentence is choppy and it's an easy fix. Dog chased the cat, and so the cat runs away.
Now, obviously, we need to lowercase the t there on the cat,
Yes.
right?
Yep.
So now I have a question. So the dog chased the cat, and so the cat runs away. Why not just put a comma instead of a semicolon with an and? Say, comma, so the cat runs away. Why did we do the whole semicolon and so extra stuff there?
It's the same thing.
Is it?
It's the same thing. Either one will work. For style, there's no true way of doing it. There's many ways you can do style. And basically, fluency is a style.
Okay. So I don't see many semicolons, and when I do, I think they're being used wrong.
Okay.
So why don't you tell me why are we having a semicolon here?
It's a connector. Semicolons connect two sentences. So you could do it like that. You could have cat, so. Either one works.
Or you can have. And that's all you need. So a semicolon connects two independent clauses.
Okay.
Could that be a sentence? Yes. Could this be a sentence by itself? Yes. And so therefore, technically, grammatically, a semicolon can connect them. People run into issues with semicolons when they use them like commas. Where they have clauses before and after that are not complete independent clauses. So there's the rule about semicolons. And I don't really love semicolons. I'm kind of a dash person. And a dash works similar to a semicolon, but it doesn't imply as long of a break or pause. So if you're working on fluency, you want to make your writing flow better. Putting in those semicolons all over might even make it more choppy. So adding that dash gives it a pause that's longer than a comma, but not as long as a semicolon or period. So it's all about playing with your rhythm. It's like you're a musician.
Yes.
And these punctuation marks and the line structure, this is your notes and your chords. And maybe that's a bad analogy, but it's just like making music. And so for certain rhythmic effects, you've got to play around with different punctuation marks.
And just like music, you may want to have a sudden stop. Like, for example.
Oh, yeah.
I could erase this. Like that. The dog chased the cat. So what does the cat do? The cat runs away.
Now, so I can't remember and, or, nor, so, but those are called conjunctions? Is that the right? Okay, so I can just hear my English teacher from back in the day saying you should never have a so or an and or nor unless you have the comma before the so. Is that not the case, or is that?
This is correct.
That's fine.
What you're bringing out is that your teacher taught you needed to do that, right?
No, actually, a comma right here.
Oh, and then make this.
Oh.
He had it as its own sentence.
Yeah.
So yes.
So
that
it's
is
okay to
correct.
start a sentence with so, and, but,
Yes,
that kind of thing?
Of course.
Okay, so.
Yeah, as long as the punctuation is correct, you can always open with those conjunctive terms.
Okay.
One more thing with fluency, try not to use the same sentence structure over and over. I noticed that in the game critiques, that basically students were doing subject, sorry if this is sloppy, plus verb, plus object, over and over and over again. And hopefully you know your basic parts of speech to kind of understand what I mean by that.
Real quick, subject is, let's do an example sentence.
Whom the sentence is about.
Okay, so Jamie ran
Okay. And
to
then
Neumont.
Ran is the verb, so that's what the subject is doing.
Okay.
And then the object is Neumont.
Okay.
Okay, it receives the action.
So maybe you'd say Neumont was ran.
Switch those around. Use that sentence and switch around the order of the word parts so that it's not opening with subject.
So if we say Neumont was run to by Jamie, that brings in
So you're
passive
passive,
voice.
We don't want that. So
Right. So how do we fix that
open,
then?
I advise students that you open with more verbs. And I once read a study by a famous writing scholar who studied this on a large scale. And people who open their writing with verbs are more persuasive or likable. People who read their writing like it more and they don't know why. But it's the verbs. And verbs give your writing energy. And that's why I always joke around with the students. I say they're the sexiest part of speech, they're the best part of speech, because they have so much interesting action in them. But the point is, when you open your lines with verbs, you give your writing energy. And your teacher, whoever your reader is, may not recognize, what is it about this writing I like so much? But that's what it is. So if we were to say, running to Neumont, Jamie...
Drop some calories.
There we go. So especially ing verbs, the gerunds, when you can open a line with ing verbs, it gives your writing a lot of energy.
Okay.
So switch these around a bit.
So you don't
Okay.
want to sound like a robot.
All right.